What is up, Packer fans? Back again. It is week 13. The Packers. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. The Packers play at Detroit at noon Central Time. Packers 7-3-1. Lions 7-4. Can the Packers keep this winning streak going? They've won 2 in a row. And the Lions, coming off a win against the Giants, they went into overtime. They did look pretty good on offense. Jahmyr Gibbs was amazing. Definitely going to have to do what we did in week 1 against the Lions, against the run game for the Lions this week. Packers definitely have to step up. The run defense kind of shaky in the first half against the Vikings. It was definitely in question against the Panthers. They kind of ran it down our throats. The Giants also ran pretty good against us. We did stop Saquon, so kind of hit and miss. And then obviously in the second half against the Vikings, they couldn't really run the ball. They had to throw the ball, and the Packers defense got after them. So can the Packers do the same thing they did week 1 against the Lions this week? It's a big game, obviously, another division game. We have the Bears next week. We do have a little mini bye here playing on Thursday, so that's nice. It is an early game. Like I said, the Lions went into overtime against the Giants, pretty much ended it pretty quickly on offense, but defense was out there for quite a bit. And just going into overtime, they had to play the full game. Packers kind of put it on cruise control against the Vikings, especially in the second half. Well, Fleur even said he's never run the same running play so many times in a row. Kind of funny, but the fact is the Packers were able to move the ball enough, do enough to keep the lead. The defense was amazing, and they got the W. So going up against this Lions team, though, they're definitely in a little bit better position than they were week 1. They look like they're playing better. They struggled then. They did come out and have some good games, but they are 7-4, so they are in third place. They're definitely going to have to try to push forward. Obviously, the Bears have a tough schedule coming up. They have the Packers twice. I think they do play the Lions again, and I believe that the Bears will not be in first place anymore. But for right now, Bears are, I think, 8-3, so this is a big game for Green Bay, big game for the Lions to keep pace with the Bears in the North. So for the Packers on offense, obviously Jordan Love coming up. You know, he had a injured shoulder, but it's not his other shoulder. Not his throwing shoulder. And then on his non-throwing hand, he had an issue with his thumb already this year. So 2 little injuries. Obviously last week he didn't have to throw the ball that much, so he didn't really get banged up very bad, and he was able to kind of keep it healing the way it was progressing. He was kind of handing it off weird, though, using his alternate hand to hand off. He said he never really did that as much as he did in that game. He had to a little bit when the thumb was an issue, but he said he kind of just was like second nature, and he just kind of started doing it. And he was doing backhanded handoff. So kind of cool to see a quarterback do that. But this week, obviously, his health is going to be a big deal. Will Josh Jacobs play coming off the knee? I think he could have went against the Vikings, but I really think they just thought, let's run Wilson, keep Josh healthy for this game and then the future as well, late into the season. He should be good to go against the Lions. We'll see. Obviously, if it was a full week before the next game, I think he would be for sure playing. Since it is a short week, we will see. Emmanuel Wilson just played amazing, though. I mean, 7 yards. He had a few receptions, 2 touchdowns, 28 carries. That's the number that's very impressive. You know, he looked like he got stronger throughout the game, and he was able to find holes where there weren't any. A lot of times Josh Jacobs kind of gets bottled up, and then he's kind of stuck. And Wilson was able to get outside and create some yardage on his own. And then at the goal line, when he just went head first with, I think it was Cashman, the linebacker for the Vikings, just one-on-one, and he ran him over, for the touchdown. So big play by him. So if he does have to play, I'd like to see him kind of keep progressing, get his second start. We'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll start him and then use Jacobs as like a spell back, just get him in there a little bit, see what he can do. But I know if Jacobs can play, he's going to want to be out there. He's going to want to start. So we'll see what happens with the running back unit. Chris Brooks playing good again, great in pass blocking, and then running the football. He does just enough to keep the chains moving for Green Bay. So I like what they bring in. I know they brought in Pierre Strong Jr., the old Brown. I'm not sure if he's going to hit the field if Jacobs doesn't play, but I know they brought him in. I think they brought in another guy too. But for the Packers, tight end has been such a question mark now since Kraft got hurt. We knew it would be. I thought Musgraves would really be able to step up. 6'6", the guy can run, but he just hasn't really progressed in the NFL game. He was great in college. We drafted him second round out of Oregon State, and now he just has not really progressed. And every time we throw him the ball, it's either dropped or like an almost fumble, and I don't love it. So Fitzpatrick a little bit better in the pass game, and then that Weil or Wheelie, or I think it's Weil. So number 81, I believe. So he's 6'7", the new tight end. So he caught a touchdown. His first career pass reception as a Packer was a touchdown. I think that was against the Giants. So I want to see him kind of keep progressing at 6'7", and if he can run, he can really stretch the seam, and it could be good for this Packers offense. So exciting to see what they kind of do with those tight end pieces. If Musgraves can step it up, it'd be great. But obviously, the wide receivers are where it's at. Matthew Golden did not play last week, still injured with his shoulder. Hopefully he can go this week. Maybe he was another Josh Jacobs type thing where he was close, but just wanted to keep him healthy for this week against the Lions. Dontavian Wicks out there. Romeo Doubs is playing well. Christian Watson's playing well. I'm hoping to get Jayden Reed back. He got injured, week 2? And it's going to be week 13. That's a long time for a collarbone. It should be 6 to 8 weeks. This is going on week 11. I know he got foot surgery also. Maybe that's what's kind of delaying all the process. But we'll see if he can get out there this week. If not this week against the Lions, I think Jayden Reed will for sure be out there against the Bears. His 21-day window did open, I think, this week or late last week. So he should be out there at some point. Yeah, it was late last week, obviously. So it should be at some point this week, maybe, for the Lions game or the Bears game. Exciting to see number 11, Jayden Reed, back out there soon. But for the Packers, can we keep this momentum going on offense? Obviously running the ball starts with the offensive line. Rasheed Walker playing really well at left tackle. Left guard, Aaron Banks kind of getting going, playing better, definitely playing better. I know they pulled Jordan Morgan out. They put Anthony Belton in there, the rookie out of North Carolina State, I believe. So that guy, he's a massive man. He's huge, and he's a mauler, and he was really playing great. So I know they kind of got him going early in the season, and he played well, and then I think he had an injury and a little setback. But now with Morgan kind of struggling, Morgan might be more of a tackle, even though he's got those short arms. But now we have Zach Tom and we got Rasheed Walker. So where's Morgan going to go? I don't know what they're going to do with him. We will see. Sean Ryan playing great at center, really stepping up for Elgton Jenkins, and he just really, kind of taking over that spot for the Packers. So we'll see what happens at right guard. Maybe Morgan, maybe Belton, but I think the Packers are going to ride Belton right now. He's been playing better. And then, like I said, Zach Tom playing really well at right tackle. So this offensive line for the Packers really stepped up against the Vikings. I know there was one sack. I think Dallas Turner got home, but for Green Bay, this offensive line against this defense for the Lions is going to be what really matters. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson is just a game wrecker for the Lions. This guy is a beast. I'm not sure what his sack total is, but I'm sure he's top 5 or 10 in the league right now. Then they have Ali McNeil back. I don't think he played week 1 against the Packers. McNeil is a beast down in the middle. Definitely a big player. And then DJ Reader, also another big body down in the middle for the run-stopping defense of the Lions. And then the other side, they have Muhammad, and they also have Tyrus Wheat and some other guys that play on the outside as edge rushers. But Alex Alizoni, he is a great linebacker. They also have Jack Campbell, who I like, and Derek Barnes, who is also a good linebacker. So the linebackers and the front four are really, really tough. Obviously, Hutchinson is just a beast. Can't say that enough. But then on the back end, Terrion Arnold, concussion. He might be out. We'll see. It's a short week, obviously. Probably won't get out of concussion protocol. Usually that happens Friday, and then they play Sunday because the game's Thursday. I don't think Terrion Arnold will be out there. We will see about that. Brian Branch was questionable, but I think he's good to go. The safety for the Lions, he's a great player, and just everywhere on that defense, they can put him anywhere. Nickel, safety, corner, and blitz him, all those things. Obviously, they have DJ Reed at cornerback if Terrion Arnold can't go. And then, not really sure, Rock Yassin might play, but he's a guy that I think the Packers can pick on and beat if he does have to play for Terrion Arnold. And then on the other side, that's Amik Robertson. He is a really good corner as well. I like what he brings to the Detroit Lions defense. But I think the Packers can pick them apart like they did week 1. This Packers defense should be able to get after the offense of the Lions. Jared Goff playing pretty good, not having as good of a season as he did last year. Obviously, the Lions and the Vikings were top of the NFC North, and right now the Vikings are at the bottom and the Lions are at the bottom. So kind of flip-flop from last year. The Bears, I think they still suck. Pretty sure they still suck, but they will not be at the top much longer. They're going to have a tough schedule coming up. But for the Vikings and the Lions, Definitely not the way they thought it would go, but Jared Goff just not playing as good as he did last year. Jahmyr Gibbs is a monster at running back. He can catch the ball to the backfield. He can run it. David Montgomery spells him well. He's not having the kind of numbers that he was having last year either, but Jahmyr Gibbs kind of taking a brunt, like all the carries, most of the load on that one. So for Gibbs, can the Packers stop him? Can we keep a guy on him? Can we get Cooper on him? Is Quay Walker coming back? We're not sure yet. So, but Jared Goff playing good. Jahmyr Gibbs playing pretty good. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously their star receiver. And then Jameson Williams, the guy that's super fast but did nothing against the Giants last week. Had no catches, no rush yards, basically a 0 for his stat line. But a guy that can definitely break the game open, and with his speed, Packers have to watch him. Packers give up the least amount of big plays in the NFL, so I think that will continue against the Lions. It'll be a lot of dink and dunk. Amon-Ra St. Brown. But the big thing for the Lions is they don't have Sam Laporta anymore. He is out with injury. He is a guy that obviously Jared Goff liked to go to a lot, kind of like the Tucker Kraft for Jordan Love. But without Laporta, they have Brock Wright, who is questionable. We'll see if he plays. But then otherwise, there's not a lot for the at tight end. That's where a guy like Isaac Tesla comes into play, the rookie who had the big catch for the Lions against the Packers that scored him a touchdown at the end. Otherwise, the game would have been a little bit different. But he's played a little bit, but not a lot. So he's kind of the guy that'll spell. Khalif Raymond might be out. He is questionable. A lot of questionable players on this offense for the Lions going into Thanksgiving against Green Bay. The offensive line, Taylor Decker, questionable. Their center, Glasgow, questionable. Ratledge, the other guard, questionable. And then Sewell, the all-star or all-pro right tackle, he's also questionable. So we'll see what happens on the offensive line for the Lions. But if they have to go with a lot of backups, the Packers defense, Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt with 2 sacks against the Vikings, that's huge for a D tackle. And then obviously Warren Brinson got a half a sack. Isaiah McDuffie got a half a sack. And then if we do get Quay back, McDuffie will play a lot still, and Edgerrin Cooper, but I prefer having Quay out there. He's been having a great season. We'll see what he can do if he can get out there. I know he kind of took a hit against the Giants, I believe, so that caused him to be out against the Vikings. So we'll see if he's back this week. Maybe he'll push to the Bears game. This short week kind of makes it so that if guys are close, they'll probably wait till the next week, especially if they just got injured or if they were injured before the Vikings game, they'll probably take the game off. So that's why I'm hoping that we see Jayden Reed and we see Josh Jacobs, but because it is such a short week, it'll be kind of a day-to-day decision. But for the Packers, also on defense, obviously, at corner, Carrington Valentine playing great. Nate Hobbs, I want to see Nate Hobbs get out there. He's been injured. We'll see if he gets back. I don't know what's going on with him. He's a guy that I really thought would be able to make plays for us on that defense. But we'll see if he's back this week. I haven't heard much yet, but we'll see probably day-to-day also. Otherwise, he'll likely be back for the Bears, but maybe there's some other things going on there. I am not sure. Otherwise, Keyshawn Nixon playing good, but then he ran into his own guy, so he should be out there. He had a stinger. Obviously, again, with the short week, I'm not sure if he's going to be out there. We will see. But Kamal Hayden came out and played really well at corner for the Packers. Definitely a guy that looks like he fits the part. So exciting to see from him. Let's see him, kind of make some more plays. Maybe Bo Melton will get out there if Nixon can't go. And then at the back end, obviously X playing great, keeping everybody in position, not giving up any big plays. They gave up a 20-yard run, which is like the longest run they've given up in a while. And just so they don't give up big plays. So for the Packers, definitely important to have X out there. Maybe he can get an interception this week because Evan Williams, number 333, he's been picking it off 2 weeks in a row now, I believe, and that's 3 on the season. So keeping it going for him. Exciting to see the young guy, step it up when it matters. The pick he had was just a one that sailed over Jalen Naylor, and he got it. And then obviously the other pick was Gary got to him. Gary didn't have any sacks last week, and people were kind of calling for Gary, to step it up a little bit, do a little bit more. But he created a sack from Devontae Wyatt, and then he got there and he spun the ball a little bit different than JJ wanted to, and it went not right to McDuffie. He had to make a pretty good catch, but McDuffie got it. So pretty cool to see this defense stepping up. You know, Micah Parsons 2 sacks on the day, just doing what he does. And I think this Packers defense can really get after this Lions offense. Whether the starters play or not, I think this Packers defense kind of has this Lions offense in check, especially after week 1. Lions will probably come out with a little bit of something different, change it up a little bit, but I think this Packers defense has them covered. It's going to be an exciting game. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This Packers team, 7-3-1. That tie kind of, is really important right now, especially with the games coming up against the Bears. If we can win those, we can put ourselves in a good position. Got to get this game against the Lions. And then we do have a tough schedule on the road. We go to the Broncos after the Bears, and then we play the Ravens coming up, who are going to be fighting for playoff position in the AFC North with those teams with Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow, who I think is coming back. So for the Packers, can we get this W against the Lions? It's going to be tough. Obviously, the Lions have playmakers on offense, playmakers on defense, but the Packers and the Lions know each other well. Jordan Love has been great on Thanksgiving Day. The Packers have notoriously lost to the Lions at Lambeau the last few years, and then we beat them in Detroit for Thanksgiving. That's why Jordan Love is so good on Thanksgiving. But can Green Bay keep it going, get the 3-game winning streak, and then carry that into the Bears game with a little mini bye here? That's important, especially having the bye week so early this year. This mini bye with Thanksgiving is really a big time for everybody to kind of get healthy for this stretch run. If Reed can't go and Jacobs can't go, definitely expect to see them out there for the Bears. I expect Keyshawn Nixon also, if he can't go this week, to see him for the Bears. So go Pack Go. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh yeah, the prediction for the week, I really think it's going to be Packers 27, Lions 20. It's going to be close. Going to go back and forth a little bit, but the Packers defense comes out with a big stop. Packers defense might get a score this week. It's been close, and we haven't had any pick sixes or fumble pickups for a touchdown. I think Parsons is going to strip sack Goff, because Goff isn't as mobile as some of the quarterbacks we have been playing. I know Winston's not super mobile. I know that obviously Bryce Young is not super mobile, but they're a little bit more mobile than Goff. So, and then obviously JJ is a little bit of an athlete, but 9 did not show out. I don't even know what that's all about. So, all right, thanks again, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go Pack Go. Peace out. See you next time. Go Pack.